Just got into Da Nang. Here is my room, but not huge. Kind of a Vegas vibe right there. And then, oh, look at this, kids. A little bit of an ocean view. Look at that. Da Nang. How about it? And there's this, like, kind of boardwalk thing here right along the beach. It's gonna fucking meditate the shit out of something on the beach, dude. I'm gonna fucking meditate so fucking hard, dude. You have no idea. I'm gonna zen the shit out of it. I'll fucking meditate. I'm ready to fucking meditate? Are you ready to fucking meditate? Then join me, bitch. Get your fucking meditate going. Stop fucking around and meditate. I'm on the roof deck of my building in Da Nang, 1 block from the beach. Da Nang. I'm renting a scooter from my friend Simon here. We're in Da Nang. We're getting an all-electric scooter. Nice. Hot damn. Beautiful beach day. Driving right along the ocean in an electric scooter in Da Nang, Vietnam. Oh shit, we're going in our first roundabout. We just rode the scooter from way back there. That's Da Nang. It took us maybe 10 minutes, and now we're sort of in this marina area. Just up the hill here, we're very close, is the what's called Lady Buddha, the big, like 200-foot female Buddha. There is the Lady Buddha. Drove it about 40 minutes south of Da Nang, which is way up there. I'm in Hoi An, and there's this crazy storm. Like, just big winds, big swell. It's about 10 degrees cooler. Normally it would be like 85, but it's about 73, 74. And when you're riding in a scooter in a short sleeve, sort of freezing. I didn't think it'd be cold in Vietnam. I just got done surfing right there. It was amazing. Not big waves, but super fun. Water's warm. Water's about 75 degrees. But I'm here for a week. I have a show. Today's March 2nd. I have a show on Saturday the 8th. I want to come back here and spend more time. We're at this wonderful place called, what's it called? Phyto. And totally vegan burger with cashew cheese. And then what do you have?
This is a tempeh rainbow wrap.
Look at that rainbow.
Look at that.
Tell everybody sort of your journey, what got you into comedy, and then what got you into, what got you here?
It was in 2017. I had kind of taken 2015 off to figure out who I was, you know, that whole journey that everyone hits. I don't want to call it a midlife crisis, but...
In your 30s?
Yes.
All right.
And so I was actually in Colombia. I was working with a kind of startup company. I had decided that I needed to learn Spanish. Capoeira, obviously.
Muito bom. Meu, essa esposa brasileira.
Ah, I bet she's spicy.
Oh, God. I just said my ex-wife is Brazilian.
Oh, I didn't hear the X part, but that's probably too spicy for the white guy.
Little too spicy.
Little too
spicy for the white guy.
I had learned Spanish by watching telenovelas. So I get there and I'm kind of responsible for all these international people coming to Medellin. And I started speaking with the locals, except I didn't realize I was speaking telenovela Spanish.
So everything was like a drama?
Everything was so dramatic, and like, you know, my even saying no was so exciting. I was like, no, Nacho, ¿por qué? And they were all like, okay, it's like technically correct Spanish, but they didn't know what was going on. So everybody was laughing. I had everybody in stitches without even trying. And I was like, ooh, I like this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I like this. Like, and so I would learn the local slang, and, you know, comedy's all about timing. So I would drop something and everybody would explode in laughter. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing in my life. So I did my graduation Second City show, and then someone saw me from that show and asked me to do their show. And then I did one more show, and I was like, Asia is ready for me. And I decided to move to Korea. 3 shows in, yeah. And I was like, I'm ready to go international.
I love the confidence. I love the
So my Tuesday nights would always be an open mic, but before that I would go and volunteer with an organization that helped North Korean refugees. I had like a Tinder date with this Korean guy who could speak English. So when I brought him, and this was the first time that the North Koreans could actually share their stories, and we could get that translated to us. And I'm sitting here with the seeds bawling my eyes out.
God.
And I was like, I have to help. I have to help these people. If things had been a little bit different, that could have been some version of me.
Easily. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
We did a comedy fundraiser, and I'm like running around like a crazy person, all like in a t-shirt. We raised enough money to actually fund getting just under 3 North Koreans out of North Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, into safety.
Wow.
Yeah.
A comedy show.
Well, it doesn't cost that much. It's like a few
wow.
$1,000s, you know?
But that warms my heart because it's like comedy should be used for good, for stuff like that.
Yeah.
It really, and it's, you don't realize, like, especially when you're starting out open mics and you just like dick jokes at a bar, and then you realize, oh, that could actually generate revenue to really help people.
Or with information.
Yeah.
With information. Because I think even if there are racist people or whatever, they'll give you a chance to see if you're funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
And if you're funny,
Yeah, you could actually lead people to rethink the way that they've always thought, which I think is incredibly powerful. And that is an avenue that I'd like to really start working on more, is like, how can I bring the truth and the reality of what North Koreans face through comedy? Because it's not that funny.
no.
It's not. It's really
oppressive
sad.
regimes, not as funny as you think.
Not as funny. Not as funny. Yeah. I even had a fake assistant writing, because as a female comedian, you know, just me, hey, I'm Simoe Park, you want to make me a headline? No, the answer is no. So I had an assistant on behalf of Ms. Simoe Park, thank you very much. And
You're not the first comedian to run that game. It's a great one.
It's a great game.
It's a great game.
And it worked, and I booked like 5 countries.
And now you're here booking shows and doing your own shows, and
I have to, because I believe I'm the only English-speaking comedian here.
right.
Look at that. And then right there, that's the big Buddha that's in the back. But look at this. I know that's fake, but it's still pretty. I mean, this is really cool, man. Buddhism always has a lot of long steps. They like to get their steps in, the Buddhists. Goes here, and then you go see out to, that's the ocean, and over there is like Da Nang City. There's a Buddha behind there, and then bam, Lady Buddha, 60 meters.
What's your name?
Hoa.
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 I'm Graham. Graham.
Great em. Quay rìu.
My name doesn't translate well in Vietnamese. So she made me this wonderful tea. This is her little stand here. I took that yellow scooter and went 40 minutes south to Hoi An. I'm staying in Da Nang. How do you say this in Vietnamese?
Chị Vietnamese.
This is a great language class.
You speak English. You not good, not good, not good. Not good.
She said I don't speak a lot of English, but her English is better than my Vietnamese. I speak no Vietnamese. No, I said, how do you say tea in Vietnamese? And she said, Vietnamese tea. It was like a fishing village. This is such a blast. I love this about traveling. So I'm going to keep drinking what in Vietnamese is called tea. Vietnamese tea. What's the name? Like, how you say in Vietnamese? This is the most amazing show I've ever done in a fucking backyard in Vietnam. I mean, really, with fake grass, some kind of podcast couches or some shit. I don't know what this is. This just feels like some weird, like, we're gonna just sit here. Let's talk about crypto or something weird. You're actually the second Irish female comic that opened for me on this tour.
Was I better?
Yes. It's great to be in Vietnam doing shows. I'm waiting for someone to just drive a fucking scooter right across this stage at any moment. Just fucking everywhere, they pop out. What made you decide to start to do stand-up?
People telling me that I'm funny and feeling that might actually translate into stand-up, which I don't think it's entirely true.
And what do you think about so far the process for you?
The process is pretty much realizing that I'm about to perform the next night. Spend about 8 hours straight writing, editing, and performing in my bedroom. And then showing up here with 12 pieces of paper and try to remember as much of it as possible and reading the rest.
Okay. And how did you feel like tonight went?
I felt like it was. I felt like it was okay. I'm proud. It's one of my longer sets. It's been 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
So I'm proud. I've gone the extra mile. Can do better on delivery.
A couple years ago, I did shows in Russia, which was cool. I did Moscow, St. Petersburg, and then another smaller town. I'm probably going to say the name wrong, but Nha Trang. It was like you have to just do this as many times as possible and try. Why did that joke not work? Try to change the wording around, maybe change the order of the jokes, play around with it, and then you can see. Don't get too married to like, well, this joke has to be here, it has to be there, because you're too new.
What if the why is my horrible delivery?
Well, that's one of the things, you listen, you go, oh, the delivery, I fucked the delivery up. Because it is all timing and delivery, right? So it's like, the way I did, like that joke I said, I went to all these towns, I performed in Russia, Moscow, St. Petersburg, and this other small town, I forget the name, Nha Trang, right? I took that pause and then said it. If I said, oh, I performed in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Nha Trang, I might have lost the joke because I didn't pause to build up the audience, to get them to really listen, and they're all thinking about some Russian name, maybe, oh, it's this town or this other Russian. And then when I say Nha Trang, oh, it catches them off guard, and they all know that a lot of Russians live there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
How do you understand the pauses? How do you like do your pauses?
Well, that's where you know the laugh is. You saw it get a laugh.
Yeah.
So other jokes that where you do that pause get a laugh.
Yeah.
Then you realize that the pattern and the rhythm is the same. You just change the words per what the joke is.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to experiment with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, I spent 8 hours writing today, so I'm barely alive. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, writing is good, but you'll never. It is the only art form that you have to do in front of a crowd. Musicians, they practice and practice and practice, and then they perform it. We have to do it in front of a live crowd to see if it works or not.
Yep.
It's the only way to do it. All right, class is over.
Thank you.
This is truly a magical place.
feels very sort of like a Asian Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, this guy's having a blast. He's having a blast. You think he's worried about emails he's got to send? You think he's like checking his watch? We got to get the scooter back because we might have to spend an extra $2. Come on, man. Pagoda. Right? Album cover right here. Graham Elwood live from Marble Mountain. Look, I'm an American. I get like, oh, in my comfort zone, and I want everything safe and nice and easy. And get out of your comfort zone and see stuff. You'll be so glad you did. You won't be thinking about the money you shouldn't have spent or the sleep you didn't get or whatever. You'll be thinking about this. This. You'll be thinking about this. Live long and prosper, right? Huh? What? Now we're Vulcans? Sure, why not? Star Trek.